And now we are going over to Kazan, where our correspondent Arun Sharma is there. Arun, thank you for being with us. First of all, tell us what is the atmosphere there with this expanded BRICS Plus grouping, now the plenary session getting underway.
So absolutely, these are the historic visuals. Now this Kazan summit, or the BRICS Summit 2024, we are seeing the pictures now, of the expanded BRICS grouping. The initial photo op was done. Now, as far as the protocol is concerned, or the itinerary is done, we know this fact that the family photo will take place, and after that, there are two sessions lined up today. One is, of course, the closed door session, whereby we got the opening remarks of the chairmanship of the BRICS, that is Vladimir Putin, the Russian president. And of course, after this, there will, of course, be the second session. This is the open session, whereby we'll be getting the remarks of Indian Prime Minister as well. Now, interestingly, we have often seen that on the multilateral platforms, that Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi does makes intervention as well. So we are expecting that whether Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he makes an intervention or not as far as this closed session that has just begun right now. But yes, these pictures speaks louder than words. The kind of, with the idea that these groupings, this grouping was started, that is BRICS. The main idea was, of course, the economic grouping. But now the focus is that how can a grouping can be made that is more inclusive in nature. More like-minded countries have applied for the BRICS membership. Now, after COVID, we have often seen that when Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, when he said that during the while hosting the G20 summit, Voice of Global South was organized. Now, the idea was that how can the voice of underdeveloped nations, the Global South, that can be kept on multilateral platform. And after that, specifically, we are witnessing things that the aspirations of the Global South has, is getting voice, and of course, the Global South and various countries are more than eager to join the grouping, which has India as a dominant member. And we know this fact that Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, he often speaks and talks about the fact that how can Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, that means development for all, can be done by being together. So in that context, an important meeting today, or important first session of the BRICS 2024, whereby the leaders, the BRICS countries' leaders have arrived, and the focus will, of course, be on economical development as to how can economic development can take place, specifically at a time when the world is, reeling the pressure of conflict. The world is facing the conflicts, and because of that, various supply chain disruptions have started to take place. So how can it is very much likely that India will push for an idea as to how can solutions can be found out, and more inclusive BRICS can be made, and of course how can a grouping can be made whereby the voice of the Global South, the underdeveloped nations, can be heard. So in that context, an important BRICS meeting underway. The first session, of course, of the BRICS 2024 that is underway with an expanded format. It's an extended BRICS or BRICS Plus. That's what we know. That's the first session is underway as of now.
Arun, the BRICS meet is also considering expanding its membership even further. Is that correct? And do we know if that is correct, that which members are likely to come on board this time?
So see, Tanvi, there are various countries, they want to become the part of various multilateral platforms. So the like-minded countries, they apply for the like-minded groupings whereby they can become the member of, and where they get benefit from. Now, we know this fact that there are various international groupings, BRIC groupings like G20, they have a great dominance in the world. So, we are also witnessing now the BRICS gaining momentum as of now. So more than 24 of countries, they've applied for BRICS membership. Mostly the Asian countries are there. They've applied for the BRICS membership. The like-minded countries that go ahead with the BRICS ideology, they've applied for it. And of course, BRICS is also considering to expand it. But, in the Johannesburg, it was decided to expand the BRICS grouping. And now we have new members as well as far as the BRICS is concerned. Now, the focus of this BRICS 2024 will, of course, be on the fact as to how can, trade and economic angle or perspective or activities can be given a major push. Because we know this fact that because of the conflicts, the supply chains have gotten disrupted. And we know this fact that most of the major economies, most of the economies are facing pressure because of the economic slowdown. Even China, a country like China, is facing massive problems or economic slowdown. Now, recently we have seen that how massive stimulus has been given by the government of China. So that economy can be given a major push. So even the Chinese economy is facing a major problem. But in this time of crisis and of course the conflict, it is the Indian economy that is being looked at as a major economy, which is considered to be a bright economy or a bright star amongst this crisis time. And the way India has got its stature recently, the way India has got the momentum in its stature on international platform, the world is looking at the groupings whereby, India is having the major position. Because if you recall it this way, Tanvi, that during the G20 summit, it was under the India's leadership when the African Union was made part of the G20 groupings. So this shows the way how India is leading by examples on the multilateral platform. When Prime Minister Narendra Modi says that Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas means development for all and coming together, so he's also reciprocating this on the international platform as well. So the way the African Union got the space in the grouping like G20, so this shows the way going forward.
Okay, request you, Arun, to be with us as we tell our viewers